such sights to show you. You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures. Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again. We are somewhere in the future, which is actually the past, and we're on further out into the galaxy, which is actually on planet Earth as well. Oh, blimey, what are we talking about? Who cares? It's time for Hunya Geek showing. Wow. With me tonight, as ever, is the lovely Miss Violet.
Hello, everyone. Hello, my sweet tortured souls. Hope everybody is well.
Well, as well as we can be.
Hmm.
And tonight we have a guest. Whoop, 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 whoop. Say hello, Lee.
Hello.
Leave
Hello.
in the bottom box wherever my fucking camera is pointing at.
He's in the bottom box.
It's in the bottom box.
He is joining us as he is quite the aficionado on tonight's subject. So, without further ado, Guy, let's take it away.
Okay, yes. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Battlestar Galactica. Because, let's face it, it's bloody brilliant. Anyone who says it's not is fucking wrong.
I've not watched.
Everyone is wrong who says they don't like any of it.
Mhm.
Everybody.
And like I just said, I've not watched enough of it to form an opinion, really. So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's that time of the week once again where I go, silly demon. Silly demon.
I bathe in your hate. I bathe in your hate. Bring more of it, please.
I don't really call it
Question
hate.
is, does she prefer the original or the reboot?
That's a good question.
From what I've seen of it, I do actually prefer the rebooted version. The only series that I really watched, jumping really far forward here for the viewers, the only really kind of Battlestar Galactica thing that I really sunk some time into was Caprica. I watched the first four episodes of it, kind of got into it, and then Sky took it off their listing and I couldn't find it. So fuck you, Sky.
As it got cancelled, unfortunately.
It
Very sadly got cancelled.
Yes, but Sky didn't even
Wasn't
finish
received
the
well.
series run. They got like four. I think it was 5 episodes in, and then it was gone. There was no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay. But we'll talk about Caprica later on down the line.
Yeah.
Want to go chronologically here, people?
Yeah. Well, if you want to do that, technically Caprica's first. Technically. But
Release
if you want to go the other way.
Release terms.
Release, yeah, in that case, yes, that would be right.
Anyway, Guy, continue.
Yes. So, in that case, it's that time of the week once again where I go, hey, everyone, I'm an old fart. Very unsurprisingly, I watched it the first time around. Well, actually, no, it would have been repeats because it was in the early 80s. It was repeated again.
Yeah.
And then again in the 90s, because
yes,
that's how I was introduced to it, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Because let's face it, you can't keep good sci-fi down.
No, you can't.
And to be fair, I mean, a lot of people do sort of detract a bit from the original, but I really liked it. So that stuffs you there, doesn't it, Violet? On where we go, did you like the original or did you like what's better? I like both, so.
I like both. I have a preference for the newer one.
Yes, I'm in agreement.
There is a fondness in my heart for the original sort of stuff and the cheesiness of it in some respects as well, because it was
actually going to add there that from an outside perspective, because I'm not a fan. I'm looking at this, objectively. I think with the OG series compared to the newer stuff, the rebooted stuff that they did, I think the only thing that lets it down is the special effects, in my opinion. Like, you can see the storyline is there, but the effects, unfortunately, just aren't.
Well, unfortunately, it's
by today's standards. From an outside perspective, by today's standards, I think going back and watching the OG series, the hardest thing to watch about it is the effects.
Yeah, but in '78, especially in America, special effects weren't very special.
No, it wasn't really until '79 with Alien that things took a sharp turn.
And with a certain thing by Mr. Lucas.
And Star Wars, that's true.
It was original. Funny you should mention the Star Wars because if I remember correctly, they basically the OG series they wanted something that basically replicated
Yeah.
Star Wars as a series, but on the smaller TV. So the actual special effects you mentioned are technically at the time like some of the higher end quality stuff, but
Oh yeah, I know, but I
obviously,
was just saying that jumping into it now, like if you've
Yeah.
watched,
yeah, going
you
back,
try to watch the original stuff, it's harder because
yeah.
you're used to a certain level of effects within what you've been seeing, and then it goes back and it's like, oh, that's jarring. That's very
Yeah, it
jarring.
is, especially like the space. How the main thing for me, the Viper helmet from the original,
Oh, yeah, that
as
looked cool.
opposed to the new. It is very jarring.
Oh, I like the original helmet. It's like a sphinx head or something. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
You know that you love a good helmet.
Wow. Look
wow.
who's talking.
Yeah, exactly. It's this show,
All
isn't
right,
it?
I'll give you that one.
You will bloody not give it me. I'm a married man.
Not what you
And
said
I
last
am too. So
weekend.
don't look here.
Anyway,
Exit
continue.
only.
Continue.
Sorry.
So yes, the
Yeah.
original series. Let's focus on that, people.
Brown corduroy jackets. They were cool as shit. The pilot's jackets were cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at the toys on my second screen, and I can see the
I still remember by your command
Man.
all the time. And the other one is it's like the bloopers for the original series are brilliant. If you thought the stormtroopers had problems with their visors bumping heads,
Yeah.
no, you haven't seen the bloopers of Battlestar Galactica's
The
original one
Cylons.
with the Cylons in that because they really did have problems in them suits. But that iconic red
Yeah, the red.
eye, they had to keep that for the original, the newer series as well. I mean, that's just
I
Well, if
must
you'd have got
admit,
rid of that, they'd have shat all over it.
I must admit,
Yeah.
being in it again, being an outsider from the franchise, I will admit that seeing that visor with the red dot
Mm.
swinging back and forth, even I instantly recognized that as a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. It's instantly recognizable. It's the face of the franchise.
Cool. It was that cool of a thing. They had to put it on a car with David Hasselhoff.
I was just thinking about that actually. Yeah.
Because that's the only other place I have seen or can think of that being used. So it must have been that cool. Exactly. Yep. There you go.
Coming up on season 3 of Hungry Geek is showing.
Oh, you bet we're going there.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna hassle.
I will have to duck out of that one. I do not know Knight Rider quite as well as I should.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
So, come on, man. Regale this outsider with what are your favorite moments of the OG show? Come on.
The OG show was the further pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the pilot because obviously it brings you into the world. And you're as a little lad, I'm just there going, oh, pew pew pew. Whoa.
Am I right in thinking it was originally a movie cut down for TV, like cut into parts?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I remember hearing that about it. It started life as a movie and then got turned into a TV show. So they broke it up into a 2 or 4 part starter.
3-parter, I believe, on the disc.
Yeah.
I think it's a 3-part. Yeah. I think if I remember, because I have got all the DVDs, and I do believe I can't remember what they even called the episode, but it is literally parts 1, 2, and 3.
Saga of a Star World, something like that.
Yeah, I think it is something like Unfortunately, my brain for episodes is gone. I kind of know some of like the Hand of God was. That's an episode that turns up in both.
Yeah.
The OG and the new one because the newer one's obviously the homage.
Yeah.
But I believe that episode might even be the season closer for the original stuff. I've got a feeling it might be the last one.
Yeah. I think you're right.
So
I'm just eyeballing some of the action figures, don't worry.
Of course you are. You've got. I mean, they've got a good package, so. You see what I did there?
Lee getting right in the spirit of this podcast.
Hey, Lee, you're new.
I'm trying.
You're new around here.
I'm
So I'm just going to
nervous.
explain a little something that Guy knows all too well. Mess with me, and you're going to learn what the term Pineapple Express actually means.
I'll try to
Continue.
tell me
Anyway,
Amherst had then, shall I, Violet?
so, seeing
She
as
never
I'm
goes for the
kind
small
of rein
pineapple.
things in here a little bit, Guy, shall
Yes,
we
dear.
talk cast? Any
We
memorable
still
cast
talk
people?
cast. Richard Hatch, Dirk Benedict. Need I go on? Lorne Green, for fuck's sake, Lorne Green.
Yeah, Long Green.
Who was,
Trivia, tangent, trivia.
trivia. Boom.
Mentioning Lorne Green, the character of the host in Angel, played by the late great Andy Hallett,
Yes.
is named Lorne Green after that actor.
Ah,
So
a homage.
tangent with trivia, new little
Yes.
section here for Hunya Geek is showing.
We provide trivia and nonsense.
I know it's interesting because it's Lorne Green was brought on because they wanted the show to have like a major sort of older actor.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in the end, the reimagined series got
Richard Hatch.
well, they got Richard Hatch. Actually, he got his job very funnily because that's in my notes. Just let me look for the right note.
Jumping all over the continuity here, really.
He was originally Richard Hatch. Apollo was he was obviously played Apollo in the OG, but he turns up as the terrorist come politician come backstabbing sod in the reimagined. And the only reason he actually got that he was actually dead set against the newer one as it was. He actually only got that job because fans hated the screening that was took to the 2003 Galactica that much that when it came to the questions and answers and they were asking Ron D. Moore all about that, they were having to go at him so much. Rich Hatch stood up, said, show the man some respect for doing all the Star Trek stuff he's been doing and that and wanting to take something in a new direction. And basically then got the job if the show ever got took on.
Well, good job he did then. Right, yeah. I'm looking at the figures. Lieutenant Starbuck. Who's that?
In the OG series, it was Dirk Benedict who played Faceman on 18.
Yes.
I thought I recognized the picture.
Yeah, his face.
It's face from the 18. Because who else are you going to get to play Starbuck?
Right. Here's a question.
Apart from Katie Sackett.
Toys. Here's a question. Looking at the toys, right? I'm seeing a silver Cylon, which I recognize, but there's a gold one.
Oh yeah, you got gold ones as well.
Yeah.
Were they like commanders or something?
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, yeah, they were.
So even they were higher ranks to
yeah,
bling.
yeah. It was like the bling Cylon. I remember the OG. They had different ones, different levels, different colours.
You got promoted.
Most of them are the chrome.
You got promoted. You got bling.
Yeah, you got turned gold, and your rank was now C3PO fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like yeah.
Pimp my Cylon.
Pimp my Cylon.
You come with a number of attachments, don't you know?
And if he was playing,
let's have a look. Let's see you and your attachments, please, Callie.
Who?
Who? Never knows. I don't know. Who's that?
I missed that.
Getting the eye now. Getting the evil eye.
Getting the evil eye.
Getting the evil eye.
More than the evil eye, you get the. I have sour.
Get into trouble.
Anyway, moving on.
Continuing, right.
I can't believe you didn't realise that Dirk Benedict was in bloody Battlestar Galactica, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
How did you not know?
Hence why in the titles of the A-Team you get Asylum walking past Dirk Benedict and him going.
Yeah. There's even a gimmick back to what he did previous.
Yep. Little nod.
In the A-Team.
Talk about then, seeing as we're doing the whole.
Maybe the gold Cylon was played by Mr. T.
Yeah, there you go.
Gold Cylon's Mr. T.
You know, I pity the fool by their command. Kind of idea. I don't know.
I pity your command.
I pity your command. You do not show me respect. Fuck your
pity the
command.
fool.
Track your command.
Right. Control people.
So yeah,
Right.
so we did love the OG series, but let's face it, we are here to talk about the reimagined series.
Yes.
Good, good. God, it was bloody brilliant television.
Yeah, they were good times.
I mean,
Thank
geez.
you, 9/11.
Yes, thank you very much, 9/11. It's
In a
very much
way.
an allegory of all that.
You know, maybe a below the belt joke. I don't know. Sorry if you have to cut that one.
We've made worse, trust me.
We cut nothing.
Well, it was funny because, like I say, it's like this is sort of my sort of knowledge of areas. Now I feel very scrutinized and I've gone very anxious. So excuse that.
Chill, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It was it was 9/11. I mean, they've been trying to get the show reimagined for years. So, and then 9/11 kind of happened, and Ron D. Moore wanted to do something new after he got frustrated with doing Star Trek and wanted to do something new. And then
DS9, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what frustrated him the most, Deep Space Nine, funnily enough. And he just wanted to do something new. And eventually,
Star Trek
that turned into the
Deep Space
reimagined
another spin-off.
BSG.
Yeah, because I think what I love the most about it is a lot of it is the grittiness of it. They shoot bullets. They keep the technobabble down.
Yeah.
It's very much run like an aircraft carrier in the American naval.
Yeah.
And it's very much keep it simple. There's no turbo lasers, there's no technobabble, they're just trying to survive.
Yes. That's
I love
exactly
that.
They sort of took it, that's what he sort of saw in BSG is and that's why I sort of said, obviously 9/11 being a terrible thing, an event with many ramifications, but it's like all the 9/11, the Iraq War, all of that kind of conflict that was going on and around it. It did. I do believe it slowed the show down slightly coming out because obviously it might be a bit too close to home.
Yeah, especially season 3.
But he wanted to show the grittiness of war and what would happen with it in space. And then the original show was nearly Sci-Fi actually only had to put that out because they'd already put too much effort in and too much money to back out.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't, because of the fan reactions. I mean, the OG fans, a lot of the hardcore OG fans really did hate it, especially Katie Sackhoff. They hated the gender swap. They hated that.
Starbucks,
and it was down to a lot of things to do with a lot of that weren't the fact that they just swapped gender. It changed the characteristic of the relationship between two of the main characters, Apollo and Starbuck.
Yeah, because Dirk Benedict went on a major rant about it.
Yeah,
hence he didn't get to go on the new show.
Yeah, but the funniest part is the meme of Starbuck and Starbuck in Starbucks having a Starbucks. That was just a brilliant meme, and it's a really good bit of marketing. But it's like Katie Sackhoff got a lot of hate thrown her way for taking on that role. She didn't even know about the original.
No,
she was a new neophyte actor who took that role on. And yeah, it was like the funniest part and the ironic part from what I have notes was all that hate. She basically got it in the media enough that enough people got watching the reimagined, and that's the only reason why it took off the way it took.
Yeah.
So they didn't get what they wanted in the end.
Controversy sells.
Yes, it does. Every time it does.
Yeah. And a
That's
lot
why,
of
like, some of the Transformers movies make billions and billions and billions, even though they're absolutely like the last 3, each one got progressively worse, got worse and worse scores in the critics' ratings and the fans' ratings, but box office wise earned more and more.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a case now of if you want to vote on whether or not a show is good, here's an idea. Don't fucking watch it.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Show them with your
exactly,
money.
exactly
Show
that.
them with your
If
money.
you don't
Show them
like
with your
something,
bank account that
don't
you
watch it.
don't. You're not going to support a lackluster bag of shite.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that got me is that Boomer is also
Yeah.
gender swapped in this, and
Yes.
no one said shit about it.
No, it was really quite funny, me watching it as a kid. And I noticed this, but I was fine with it because it was like, I'm just watching a new show. I got that it's a new, it's BSG, but
Yeah.
they've taken it a different way. They're just revamping it. So, okay, there's going to be things that are different and new. And okay, I'll watch it. I'm watching my dad and my mom go, hang on.
Yeah.
They too eventually got over the fact, okay, this is different. Let's just go with the ride.
Yeah, it's different.
I think the
Those
most
of us who don't
controversial thing
know-
would be the ending.
For those of us who
But-
don't know anything about this kind of thing,
Mm.
can we get a plot synopsis from anybody tonight?
No,
Okay,
tough shit.
fuck you.
No, okay, so basically what it is, Violet, is that the human race made the Cylons, and the Cylons rebelled against their creators.
It's an age-old story.
It is. And basically there was the first Cylon War, which is where the OG
Yeah,
is.
that's about as far
And
as I know.
after a while, of course, they just pissed off. So they set up a station on the edge of Cylon occupied space, and they had a human there just for, armistice talks if they wanted to,
Okay.
And for
Come and see
40
us.
years, no one turns up.
Yeah, 40 years, no one turns up. There's a geezer who's just sat there going, nodding off, and then
Yes, they did.
eventually, after 40
And
years
look-
after the first war, they turn up, and of course, you got a young blonde lady.
And all hell breaks loose.
Hmm. And then, of course, yeah, the Cylons return and nuke the Earth. Sorry, Caprica.
And Taurus,
Earth.
Libra, and the other ones. Basically all 12.
We're not
Yeah.
going down that rabbit hole right now.
But yeah, so that's basically what it is. So yeah,
I
the
may-
colonies
I
are
may have to
destroyed,
check it out. I mean, if I can be persuaded.
and yeah,
I've got the entire collection, Callie. Violet, sorry. My bad. Correcting, self-correcting. Yeah.
Blu-ray baby, Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
Blu-ray. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
I'd say, Callie, that you could watch it on iPlayer, but oh shitters.
Have I set something off here? I'm sorry.
You have, yeah.
I really
So, yeah.
am sorry.
Good night,
Okay.
everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll edit it.
I tell you what,
We might
I've
edit
got
that bit
a
out.
Log
wife.
off.
She's already heading out to the shed, and
Mm.
I will dig my grave later. There you go.
Mm.
I'm really sorry.
But yeah, you don't watch BBC, so you can't watch it on iPlayer.
No.
The BBC can go take a sugar frosted fuck off the end of somebody else's dick.
Or is that a
I
sugar
will
frosted
not- I will
fact?
not pay £175 a year to watch their channels when I don't watch their channels.
And most of the interesting stuff is produced by somebody else, like Ron D. Moore with the Next Generation, like putting Next Generation on a repeat on BBC Two, or funnily enough, Battlestar Galactica, or something else that somebody else has made, none of their own. What are they using that money for?
Doctor Who.
Exactly.
Covering up the Jimmy Savile case, that's what the fuck they're doing with that money.
I wasn't sure if we were allowed to go there, but
Oh,
Now then,
now then.
now then, boys and girls.
Anyway, that reminds me. Room number 4, Savile, 4 p.m. Pineapple, extra large.
There you go. No lube.
Oh dear.
No,
Oh,
Lou.
dear.
We're dry
No.
docking it. Green
Oh,
end
no.
first.
I'm sorry if I am
Okay,
is at all.
Let's get back on track. Lee, you got some favorite episodes?
I can't remember them by name, only by plot, unfortunately. And
I've got time to go through the plot of each episode.
I'm not going to try. I'm going to try and condense because, unfortunately, like I say, names of actual episodes. The if I was to name any of them, I do. There's one to do with the eye Jupiter, and
Yep.
they're trying to find out the final five.
Mm.
That one
Yeah, that's
really, I
great.
really was hooked for that one. I really want to know who these final five were, especially considering I had a theory about somebody else who seemingly dies and comes back. No
Mm.
spoilers if you haven't watched it. And I
Yeah.
still don't get how she did that as
Yeah.
such.
It's because the writers' room decided it'd be a cool thing to do, and they'd figure out the plot later.
Yeah.
That I think that may have been the case, but that was certainly that one. Certainly
So
that,
how it happens
as
in
I
the
say,
writers'
title
room.
of the episode slips my mind, but it's
Mm.
all to do with that temple.
Yeah.
Oh.
The last episode
Yes.
whereby they are each reciting a word from all along the watchtower. Because
Yeah.
everything had been building up to that one. I cannot again. And I couldn't wait for the next series and had to wait. So
Yeah,
them two,
that music,
like I
the
say,
music on the whole show by Bear McCreary is just amazing.
oh yeah.
I've heard the soundtrack is pretty good.
Mm.
Guy, your
That-
favorite episode?
Oh, I'll have to go easily. 33 is a
That's
great one.
yeah.
Scar is a great one.
Oh, Scar, yes.
Kobol's Last
Excellent.
Gleaming Part 1 and Part 2. I mean, you could go on. I mean, let's face it, there's in 4 seasons, there's one shit episode.
Yeah.
That's not a bad going.
That is not bad going at all.
No.
And the shit episode has Bill Duke guest starring in it. And Bill Duke is fucking cool.
My boy Bill Duke.
Motherfucking
Yeah.
Bill Duke. Yeah, the Black Market episode, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I can't, yeah, that one slipped my mind, but that the way he solves that
shit.
issue, that's brilliant.
Mm. It's a shit episode, but it's got Bill Duke in it.
Yeah. I like that. I actually
Any episode
like
Bill
that
Duke,
episode, but like I say, it is probably the one of the worst ones of the bunch. But it's still actually a good concept, generally speaking. It's just a bit unfortunately mismatched.
Yeah.
All right then.
But,
well,
we better talk about the toys so you can get a word in edgeways out.
yeah.
I can shut up that way.
I don't even know what
Take a break.
now, but yeah, there's a lot of toys. I'm looking at it here online. There's a lot from the 79 line. There's a blue-headed alien called Lucifer.
Oh yeah, he was Cylon.
Yes.
Yeah, then you've got Cylon Centurion, Cylon Commander. You've got an extra large Cylon with a big light up chest. You've got ships, which if memory serves me right, the urban legend is that a load of the ships had to be recalled due to the missile firing action and some kid choking on it.
Yeah, similar thing to the Boba Fett of the Star Wars,
well, it was
the original
actually
one.
kind of both around about the same sort of time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you got people going, will you stop doing toys with fucking missiles?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
you're gonna have somebody's eye out.
There's a character here called Daggett, and I'm like
Daggett.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dagger. I missed Dagger. That was one of the things I hope they brought back, but
no.
I'm glad they didn't. Looking at the fucking thing.
Oh, it's a really cute robot dog.
It was originally a monkey inside a suit.
It looks like Zebedee fucked Johnny Five, and that's the result.
Oh, that poor
I think I might have
thing.
seen that. I think I might have seen that one.
What dark corner of the internet did you find
What?
that?
Yes, what
Send
dog?
me a link.
No, that Daggett was. I loved Daggett as a kid because I remember the OG, and that Daggett was a replacement for
Can
the
you
dog.
shed some light on this one? Right, I'm looking at a character here, and it says Imperious Leader.
Is Imperious Leader?
Well, the action
Live
figure
in
looks like a
command.
pink turd in a robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It was 78.
Will do. That's accurate.
78. Can
Sadly.
we not just, you know?
And Bo-Ray?
Bo-Ray.
Looks like his face is melting.
Bo-Ray. I remember Bo-Ray.
Or Ovion. Weird fly-headed alien looking fucking thing.
Again, I can't.
No.
Bo-Ray
like I said, the ships are cool. There's some cosplay items like the
Mm.
laser guns and stuff like that. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, collectibles wise,
I think everybody loved most of the ships, especially the Viper Mark II,
oh
because you could
shit! Now I know
Mm.
where that's
flipping.
from. Sorry, I've just found one of the figures listed here. Ovion. It's like a fly type creature with multiple arms. I had one of those as a kid. It was like a hand-me-down.
There you go.
I
You
don't
see?
remember
Where it
that.
came from? I never knew where it came from. I just called it the Fly Dude. And now I know where it's from.
There you go.
Lifetime mystery solved. Thank you, Internet.
It's all circular.
Yeah, just like the series.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, the toys, they're out there. I'm seeing a lot of them in packaging.
I
To be honest, I think unless there's some here in glass cases, they're obviously like carded,
Hmm.
all complete.
most of them were hard to come by. A lot of the
Yeah.
original stuff didn't survive.
Yeah,
I
well, you've
think some
got to
of it was
remember
built
that
yourself.
when these came out, they were competing very, very heavily with the
Yeah,
Star Wars toys from Hasbro.
yeah,
And
heavily competing.
we all know the story of the Hasbro legacy with the Star Wars license and action figures. We have talked about it on this show before. We're not going to go into it, but I can
Once
understand
again.
why. I think Battlestar toys back then would have been a case of I couldn't get you a Luke Skywalker, so here's this one. And it's not even the same fucking franchise.
Mm.
Like
I mean,
your
I
grandma
can
got it
imagine
for
some kids
Christmas.
finding that out. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I thought I got this X-wing, but actually it's a Viper Mark II.
Yeah. I don't see how this is an X-wing. There's no wings on it.
Yeah, they were short and stubby. They were very cool ships, though.
Maybe the Viper was just taking a leaf out of sanitary towels, and they were going wingless.
Oh my life.
Well, they are the thought was to me, they are technically a spaceship. They don't actually need to fly or the wingspan, do they?
No, but I mean, looking like a fancy pencil case flying through the sky just does not look impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
not to bash on it too much, but no, right. That's it for the toys.
Well, okay, cool. Thank you, Kat.
Right.
And
Ta-da, ta-da.
we do a lot of edits on this one.
Yeah,
Probably.
sackings at-
Sorry, a lot of edits.
Anyway,
Yeah, looks like
I
I'm
think
getting a P45, folks.
P45,
Oh, dear.
fucking AK-47 pointed at you. I think, given that we've now waffled on for over half an hour and we try to keep these things under an hour, I think we should start to do the whole wrap-up thing we normally do here, Guy.
Yeah, I mean,
About future prospects of the franchise. Are there any?
future.
We
There
don't-
has been on about a reboot of the reboot. And it's
Of the
been
reboot.
yeah, the reboot of the reboot.
A reboot.
A reboot.
Reboot.
They keep
Reboot.
making films. That is definitely a thing that they seem to be
Mm.
keeping doing. I've heard rumors of a reboot.
Yeah.
Reboot.
To be fair, this reboot ain't probably isn't going to be bad.
No.
To be fair,
Maybe they should give Netflix the license. They can make one season of it, cancel
And
it,
then drop
hand
it.
over to Amazon. They can do a season and cancel it. Then it can get handed to Amazon, to Paramount, and then they can do a season and cancel it, and then hand it to Disney because then it will just live up to the franchise's history of bouncing the fuck around.
It does
Yeah,
do
I
a
would-
lot of bouncing, this series does.
to be honest,
bouncier than me on a Friday night after a Tinder date.
I would like Disney to buy it actually, because then it could all go on to Disney Plus.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
It's 'cause-
Actually, don't let Disney buy it because they'll just merge it into the MCU.
No.
We don't need that. We don't need Iron Man fighting a Cylon.
Why not?
Although I would
That could
pay
be
good-
kind of cool.
I would pay
I'd
good
watch
money
this.
to see
I
Howard
would
the
watch
Duck.
the shit out of it.
I would actually, yeah, let Disney buy it on the condition that it's Howard the Duck versus a fucking Cylon. I would pay good money for that.
Howard the Duck versus
Yeah, and then that duck
that-
could finally get killed.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
you mess with my
Actually,
Howie.
that would depend on the model, somewhat like the Terminator series. You know, is it the reimagined Cylon or the original? Because if it's the original, maybe Howard's got a chance.
Yeah,
If it's the reimagined, definitely not.
Yeah, he dead. He
He's
dead.
very dead.
Don't be messing with my Howie.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got the fact the ships in the
That's
newer
next week's
one just
episode.
are living beings themselves.
Yeah. Oh, that was a cool one as well.
That was cool. The
So-
fact that Scar had a memory.
Yeah.
But the Cylon ships are living beings as well. Then
Yeah, that's
In the
Does that mean
yeah,
when they're being
not in the
piloted?
original.
Does that mean that
In
one
the
of the
original,
hold on?
sorry.
If they're being piloted, does that mean that one of the Cylons is technically ship-faced?
yeah.
Technically. Although, even if I, that was the case, I wouldn't mind having Katie Sachoff climbing inside of me.
Fair one.
This does happen in one episode.
Although to be fair, I'd rather climb inside Katie Sackhoff.
That also, yeah.
Slippery
Just
slope. Let's not go there.
I'm not being pegged.
Said. But right, I think because we've been chatting a while
Yep.
now.
So
Round things off.
yeah, we'll finish off saying that like all good stories, this really is about family. And I think that really actually comes true with obviously, Adama is the dad, Rosalind's the mum,
Yeah.
crew and the all the citizens are the family. And I think that works. I think stories about families are always good. You boil everything down to its essence, it's all about family.
See, slight tangent alert. That was kind of what I liked about Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Voyager gets a lot of hate, but I personally liked it because it was like they're trying to get home. They're pretty much the only humans in that far into the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
They've got to stick together, and I liked that camaraderie that, especially by the end of it, like what was it, season six or seven?
7.
By the end of it, you could tell that there was an actual bond between the characters. It wasn't just people that worked together. It was people who worked together, lived together, went on mission, everything. It was a family.
Well, that's the thing.
So tangent, continue.
With Battlestar, they're running. They're running away. They're getting away from the Cylons. They're getting away from the threat of extinction.
Yeah. It's literally like,
what do you do?
The number, aren't you? Yeah.
What do you do when you're running for your life? And there's 50,000 of you left. Yeah.
And that number gets smaller every episode.
Yeah.
By quite a bit in the very first few episodes.
Yeah. There's, a lot of issues. So what does a family do? They go through shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they learn a few things on the way.
Exactly. I may have to give it a check out at some point, but
you can borrow my
or you can borrow mine.
Expansive.
You can borrow my box set if you want.
I think I've got the OG set and I've got the other one. Obviously,
Like I said,
the most charming thing about the OG we discussed.
Watching the OG stuff now would be difficult for me because I'm such a stickler for like special effects. Like that's what draws me into a film. And a film or a show. And sometimes it draws me in because it's cheesy. I'm like, oh, look at that, good attempt. But from what I've seen of the OG Battlestar, I just look at it and go, this reminds me of that. Does anybody remember the TV show Terrorhawks?
Yes.
Battlestar reminds me of that. And I hate that show.
How could you hate Terrorhawks?
I can't remember Terrorhawks.
The lady with the wrinkly face thing.
I've heard of it, but I can't remember it. And now I'm getting walked at by the wife.
Throw something at him.
You hate Terrorhawks.
I've heard of it and I can't remember.
Jerry Anderson.
I can't remember it.
Anyway, let's wrap things up, guy.
Yes, sorry. Right, so folks, I can recommend if you've not seen this.
Like me.
Tony.
And
go on. Yeah, you can. For those of you who do bother with the BBC, you can catch it all on iPlayer. It's on there. Do suggest you watch it. There's also a good podcast as well.
Yeah, this one.
Battlestar Galacticast. As well as this one.
Thank
this
you
is a podcast.
Promotion.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Jesus.
Impatient, isn't she?
So, yeah,
Continue.
go and watch it. That's what I got to say, because it is one of the best sci-fis ever. Ever. Right, so we're going to sign off. With us this week has been Lee, our lovely guest. Thank you, Lee. You're a star.
Thank you for joining us for this
I've
Battlestar
tried to
episode.
behave.
With me as usual.
Hopefully we can do it again.
Oh, yeah, too right, definitely. With me as always is Miss Violet Impulse.
Mwah. Remember, if you can't be good, be twisted. Don't get mad, baby. Get sadistic.
Words to live by. I've been random, and I'm off. I'll see you later, folks. Take care.
Mwah. Bye, everyone.
We have such sights to show you. You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures. Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.